Manually managing VLANs can be a challenge in a large or growing network. There's a protocol called GVRP that can help. Let me tell you about it. GVRP stands for GARP VLAN Registration Protocol. It can be used by switches to automatically share and manage VLAN information. GVRP helps switches communicate with each other about which VLANs exist and which port should belong to each VLAN. This makes network setup and changes easier and more dynamic. GVRP is based on IEEE 802.1q. This open standard lets GVRP work, even if your network includes a mix of different brands. If you are new to GVRP and would like to learn more about the basics, click the link in the description for the details. In this episode of Cisco Tech Talk, I'll show you how to enable GVRP on a Catalyst 1300 switch using the Graphical User Interface, GUI, next. On a Catalyst 1300 switch, GVRP is turned off by default. To use it, you'll need to enable it globally. Then turn it on for each port where you want GVRP to work. I'll start by logging into my first switch, SW1. Select the option labeled Advanced Mode in the upper right corner of the screen. Navigate to VLAN Management and choose the GVRP Settings section. Here you'll find a button to enable GVRP globally on the switch. Click to turn it on and hit Apply to save the changes. Because I set up GVRP in a previous demonstration, you'll see that GVRP is already enabled in this section for me. Now you're ready to enable GVRP on specific ports. Choose the type of interface you want, either a regular port or a link aggregation group, LAG. A LAG combines multiple ports for higher bandwidth. I'll select port 8. Click Edit and enable GVRP for this port. You'll notice that the GVRP state now shows as enabled. Options like dynamic VLAN creation and GVRP registration are also switched on. I'll repeat the same process for port 4. Once GVRP is enabled on these ports, the switch will automatically send and receive GVRP messages. This makes it possible to create and share VLANs dynamically across your network. This is helpful for keeping your VLAN configuration consistent, even as your network grows or changes. If you want to see what GVRP is doing, you can go to the Status and Statistics section under GVRP. Here you'll find counters that show how many GVRP packets have been sent or received. You will also see any errors that may have occurred. This is a handy way to make sure everything is working as expected. Next, make sure your interfaces are set up as general ports. This allows them to handle different types of network traffic. For this, navigate to Interface Settings. Select the port you want to change and click Edit. In the drop-down list for Interface VLAN mode, choose General. You can leave the other options at the default. I'll double-check that ports 4 and 8 are set to General mode. I'll assign VLANs to each port. Go to the Port VLAN Membership section. Select the port and join the VLAN you want. For port 8, I'll set VLAN 1 as untagged. This makes it the default or native VLAN. I'll set VLAN 7 as tagged. This allows the port to carry traffic from multiple VLANs. I'll leave all other options as they are. Then I'll check port 4. Here, the only VLAN is 7. I'll set it as untagged. Now I'll move to my second switch, I named SW2. The steps are pretty much the same. Log in and switch to Advanced mode. Go into VLAN Management and then GVRP Settings. Enable GVRP globally. Select the port or ports where you want GVRP enabled. I'll enable it on port 8, which connects back to switch 1. It's important to make sure this port is also set to general mode. You can check this by going into Interface Settings. I'll select port 8. Click Edit and choose General from the list. For VLAN membership on this port, I'll make sure VLAN 1 is untagged, just like before. After you finish the configuration, you should see your shared VLANs appear in the VLAN setting. This shows that the switches are talking to each other and sharing VLAN information automatically. And that's it! You've now seen how to set up GVRP on your Catalyst 1300 switches, making VLAN management much simpler. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.